Hey everyone, I'm Donna. So, if you're an entrepreneur like me, you've probably picked up Jim Collins' classic Good to Great. And maybe you had the exact same thought I did, which was, wow, this is incredible, but it's for, giants. I mean, I get it. The book is all about these massive Fortune 500 companies, right? With CEOs and huge corporate structures and resources that, let's be honest, we as small business owners just don't have. It's so easy to look at all that and think, okay, this is great, but these lessons just, they don't apply to me. But here's the thing I realized, and it's so important. The core principles in this book are absolute gold. And it doesn't matter if you have a team of 5 or 5,000. So today, I'm going to break down the 3 biggest takeaways that completely changed how I run my own business. So let's get into it. These are the 3 principles that can seriously transform your business starting right now.
Okay, first up, this is a game changer. It's what Collins calls level 5 leadership. And the main lesson here? It's simple, but it's deep. True leadership, well, it isn't about you.
So what is a level 5 leader? They're not the loudest person in the room. They have this incredible blend of quiet, personal humility with this just unwavering resolve to do what's best for the company. Think of it this way. When things go great, they look out the window to give all the credit to the team. But when things go badly, they look right in the mirror and take full responsibility.
And you can really see the difference right here. So many founders, and I'll be the first to admit I have been there, we fall into that ego-driven trap. We feel like we have to make every single decision, be the smartest person on the team. But a level 5 leader, they check their ego at the door. They actually hire people who are better than them at specific things, and then they get out of their way. They're giving their team ownership of the results, not just a to-do list to check off. So here's the bottom line. You have to decide, are you building a platform for your ego, or are you building an engine for greatness? Because real, genuine growth, that only happens when you empower other people, and it all starts with humility. Now, once you've kind of got your ego in check, what's next? This next principle is my absolute favorite. It's called first who, then what. And it will completely flip the script on how most of us think about planning our business.
This is probably the most famous analogy from the whole book. Collins argues that before you even think about where you're driving the bus, your strategy, you have to focus on getting the right people on the bus. Why? Because with the right people, you can change direction, take a detour, and you'll still end up somewhere amazing. But with the wrong people, it doesn't matter how perfect your map is, you're probably going to crash.
Let's be real. Most small businesses hire reactively. Somebody quits and we totally panic. We just need a body in that seat. But that is a recipe for disaster. You have to be disciplined. You need to define the character traits that fit your culture. Try asking interview questions that reveal character, like, tell me about a time you had to deliver bad news. I learned this the hard way, you guys. You can train almost any skill, but you absolutely cannot train passion or integrity.
I want you to remember this mantra. Say it with me. A wrong hire will slow you down more than an empty seat will. The damage a bad hire does to your team's morale and your productivity is just so much worse than the temporary pain of being a little short-staffed. You've got to get it right. And speaking of getting it right, whether you're the one hiring the right people or you're trying to be that right person for a great team, it almost always starts with one single crucial document, the resume. And that, well, that's where things get tricky, which brings me to our sponsor. Okay, did you know this? A staggering 75% of resumes, 3 out of every 4, are automatically rejected by those applicant tracking systems, the ATS bots, before a human being ever even lays eyes on them. It is the single biggest hurdle in the job search today.
So, if you are beyond frustrated that your resume just isn't getting seen, mobilecv.ai is the tool that can fix that. It literally takes what you already have, your PDF, your Word doc, even your LinkedIn profile, and it rebuilds it from the ground up to get past those bots. It uses these professional LaTeX templates for perfect formatting, which is just the gold standard. You can try it for free with 3 credits to start, and honestly, it's a must-have in today's job market.
All right, so you're being a humble leader, you've got the right people on your bus. How do you actually get that bus moving? Well, that brings us to our 3rd and final principle, the flywheel effect.
We are all completely obsessed with the myth of the breakthrough moment, right? That one viral post, the one huge client that's just going to change everything overnight. But Good to Great proves that's a total fantasy. Great companies don't have one single defining moment. They have a flywheel.
I want you to imagine a giant, heavy flywheel. That first push you give it is incredibly hard, and it barely moves. But you keep pushing consistently, day after day. And each turn builds on the last one, and eventually that momentum just kicks in. The wheels start spinning faster and faster, almost on its own. That is how great businesses are built, through the compounding effect of small, relentless actions.
So stop trying to hit a home run with every single swing. Your only job is to get on base. What is that one small, consistent thing you can do every single day that pushes your flywheel forward, even just a little? Do that, and do it relentlessly.
So, when you put it all together, the humble leadership, having the right people, and that relentless push of the flywheel, you start to realize something really important. All of this leads to a super powerful outcome. You get to define what great actually means for you. And this quote right here, this is maybe the most liberating idea for any small business owner. Greatness is not about size. The companies in the book were huge, sure, but that's just where the data was. Collins himself says you do not have to be big to be great. So stop chasing growth just for the sake of getting bigger. Instead, focus on being the best. Start measuring your success by the impact you have, by your profitability, and by building a reputation for pure excellence. Are your customers just raving about you? Are you building something that's going to last? That is true greatness. You know, I used to run my business so reactively, making fast hires, always chasing the big swings, and trying to do everything myself. And for me, I know that the first who, then what principle made the single biggest difference. So I'm going to leave you with this. Take a really hard look at your business. Which of these 3 flywheels needs that first push? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.